All right, Shalom Akim, his brother Zakaria from the Israelite Times Report, IsraeliteTimes.com. I want to say all praises due to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. Peace and blessings to all the brothers spread across the four corners of the earth, pushing the truth and sincerity. It's been a lot of talk about war, World War III. I mean, it's coming down to the wire. MOTB is in the news. I mean, it's getting heated. And we're getting closer to that time that we've been waiting for, that hour that we've been waiting for, that minute that we've been waiting for. And every time you turn around, there's just something else going on. And things are moving fast, man. Things are speeding up. And now, we're even with all this coverage about Ukraine and Russia, Magog, um, now you got something popping off in Iran. ABC News reported that Iran says a drone attack targeted their defense facility, and I think it's pronounced Isfahan. Um, Iran's defense ministry says one of its factories was attacked by drones. Um, says in Dubai, United Arab Emirates, bomb carrying drones targeted an Iranian defense factory in the central city of Isfahan overnight. It says authorities said early Sunday, causing some damage at the plant amid heightened regional and international tensions engulfing the Islamic Republic. It said the Iranian Defense Ministry offered no information on who is suspected carried out the attack, which it came as a refinery fire separately broke out in the country's northwest, and a 5.9 magnitude earthquake struck nearby, killing 3 people. Says, however, Tehran has been targeted and suspected Israeli drone strikes amid a shadow war with its Mid-East rival as its nuclear deal with world powers collapsed. And it's coming from ABC News. In case I hadn't said it before, ABC News reporting this. So, yeah, man, things are popping off, and it's getting real. It's getting real, man. It's getting real, and this is what we're waiting for, and what has been the um chapter I've been quoting the most, Habakkuk 2. All right. In the end, it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it. Okay, will not tarry. These things will surely come to pass, and that's where we are right now, man. We are really towards the end of this thing, and every time I see one of these alphabet people walking around in the street, and I know I'm kind of going off subject, but it just reminds me that their sins have reached unto heaven, their iniquities have reached unto heaven, and this place can't go on too much longer, man, because that lifestyle, that alphabet lifestyle, is a sign of the end. You know what happened? Sodom and Gomorrah. You know what I mean? So it's just a sign. You know what I mean? And then you have these little scrimmages popping off all over the place, man. And you got the president of the United States literally saying, we could be drawn into World War III. At the same time, they're talking about the MOTB, putting it in your brain and all of that. Here we are, man. That's why I say, now is not the time to get stupid. Now is not the time to lose faith, lose patience. Wait on the Lord. The hell with this world. This world is finished. It's done. Okay, there's nothing to turn back to. Okay? Whatever little uh goody or whatever, thing you think you may have had, man, is gone. You gotta be like Lot. You gotta keep pressing forward. Don't be like his wife and try to look back and think about the things that you're missing out on, because you're not missing out on anything. Right? I'm gonna get Ezekiel 38th chapter. It says, and the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Gog, the land of Magog, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal, and prophesy against him, and say, Thus saith the Lord, Behold, I'm against thee, O Gog, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal. Gog, Magog, we're talking about Russia. And it says, and I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws, and I will bring thee forth in all thine army, horses and horsemen, all of them clothed with all sorts of armor, even a great company with bucklers and shields, all of them handling swords. And so the Lord is going to put the spirit on Russia, basically, to go to war against U.S. Land of Israel, not the land of Israel, and he's going to turn things up. NATO trying to trying to take over that area. So the Lord is gonna put it in the heart of Russia to take these people out, man. To fight them. It says Persia, Ethiopia, and Libya with them, all of them with shield and helmet. And also remember, Persia, you got Iran. You got Iran going to join in on this World War III battle. Iran is going to be a part of that, right? It says Gomer and all his bands, the house of Tagamor of the north quarters, and all his bands, and many people with thee, because they're gonna rise up against the U.S. and NATO, and they're gonna really get it going, man. It says, "Be thou prepared, and prepare for thyself, thou and all thy company that are assembled unto thee, and be thou a guard unto them," because Russia is going to be a guard unto these other nations, these other nations that are going to rise up against the U.S. Right? So they're going to help them out with weapons of war. Right? Remember, at one point, Russia fell as the USSR. The Lord basically helped them rise back up to become a mighty army again. All right. He set them back up, to not only be a strong army themselves, but to be able to help out these other nations that are going to come against the U.S. and NATO. Okay. It says, get back in here, Ezekiel 38 says, after many days thou shalt be visited, in the latter years thou shalt come into the land that is brought back from the sword, and has gathered out many people against the mountains of Israel. which have been always waste. But it is brought forth out of the nations, and they shall dwell safely, all of them. Thou shalt ascend and come like a storm. Thou shalt be like a cloud to cover the land, thou and all thy bands, and many people with thee. They're gonna rise up to fight against these basically NATO, the U.S. They're gonna bomb the hell out of the U.S. man. It says, "Thus saith the Lord God: It shall also come to pass that at the same time shall things come into thy mind, and thou shalt think an evil thought, and thou shalt say, I will go up to the land of unwalled villages, which is America, right? Unwalled villages. You got all these people coming in. It's a melting pot, and I will go to them that are at rest, because you look at the average U.S. citizen, they are at rest. They don't think anything can happen in this country as far as um, chemical attacks, nuclear war, things of that nature. Americans are so used to seeing things happen overseas. They're so used to bombings and stuff taking place over in the Middle East. In their mind, they don't see it happening here. That's why when you tell someone that these things are going to happen to the United States of America, they look at you like you're crazy. They can't imagine it. They can't picture it. It's just not in their mind. Like they think that the U.S. military is so strong, and these are just things that happen on TV to other places, but they don't see it happening here. That's why they don't fear the Lord. Well, ultimately, because the Lord didn't put it in their heart to fear the Lord, but they just don't see it. Okay, only the Lord's chosen, only His elect are going to see it. Only the people that He's dealing with. I'll put it like that. Only the people that He's dealing with, because He can be dealing with you for a while, and then He can take His spirit away from you. So let me say it that way. Okay, only the people that He's chosen to deal with can actually see it. Because if you're just an average American citizen, you can't see it. You can't see it. You're not looking at it like that. Okay. It says, and thou shalt say, I will go up to the land of unwalled villages. I will go to them that are at rest, that dwell safely. Again, Americans think they're dwelling safely. All of them dwelling without walls and having neither bars nor gates. To take a spoil and to take a prey, to turn thine hand upon the desolate places that are now inhabited, and upon the people that are gathered out of the nations, which have gotten cattle and goods that dwell in the midst of the land. Yeah. And let me see if I can get this right quick. What is this? Revelation 18. Because America's got a lot of cattle and goods. America's got a lot of cattle and goods and representing, I guess you can say, wealth to a certain degree, right? But Revelations 18, well, I want to start at the 15th verse. It says, the merchants of these things which were made rich by her shall stand afar off for the fear of her torment, weeping and wailing. Watch this. It says in the 16th verse, and saying, alas, alas, the great city that was clothed in fine linen and purple and scarlet and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls, for in 1 hour so great riches have come to naught. It's come to naught, excuse me. It says, for in 1 hour so great riches is come to naught. All right, in 1 hour, man. In 1 hour. So you go to Ezekiel, it's telling you that people are feeling safe, you know. People are resting. They're at rest. So when you look at it and you say, why aren't these people waking up? Well, that's prophecy, right? It says, go back to Ezekiel the 11th verse, because that's a heavy verse right there. And it says, "And thou shalt say, I will go up to the land of unwalled villages." Doesn't America allow a lot of these different? It's like a melting pot. All these different nations, people from different countries all over the world come here, and it says, "I will go to them that are at rest." Americans are at rest. Most Americans don't even know that this situation is happening over in Iran. They don't even consider it. People get bombed every day in the Middle East, or frequently. There's little tensions and wars and stuff going here in America. People aren't even thinking about it. That doesn't even cross their mind. They're at rest. And it says that dwell safely, all of them dwelling without walls and having neither bars nor gates. Right? Then it goes into the part where it says to take a spoil and to take a prey, to turn thine hand upon the desolate places that are now inhabited, and upon the people that are gathered out of the nations which have gotten cattle and goods that dwell in the midst of the land. They got their cattle and the goods. Again, you're talking about um, riches, wealth, you know. But it says, for in 1 hour, going back to Revelation 18th chapter, it says, for in 1 hour so great riches is come to naught, and every shipmaster and all the company in ships and sailors and as many as trade by sea stood afar off, and cried when they saw the smoke of her burning, saying, what city is like unto this great city? Because there was nothing like America ever. America was Sodom and Gomorrah, Rome, Babylon, Egypt, you know, and it's going to be, people are going to be in shock. People are going to be in terror. People are going to be weeping and mourning. Um, and they cast dust on their heads and cried, weeping and wailing, saying, alas, alas, that great city wherein were made rich all that had ships in the sea by reason of her costliness. For in 1 hour is she made desolate. Man, in 1 hour is she made desolate. But again, Americans don't even consider. They don't even consider. Matter of fact, right now, as of right now, if you listen to the news media, they're talking a lot of trash. They're mocking Russia. They're laughing at Russia. They think it's a joke. They think it's, a game. You got certain people in the military or high-ranking officials talking about assassinating Putin. Talking about they need to take Putin out and replace him with someone better or somebody that can better serve the people of Russia. That's how they're talking. They're talking boastfully and proudly, man. They don't even consider the word of the Lord, man. But again, that's the Lord that put the blinders on them so they couldn't see, so that they could not see. So these are very critical times, very serious time, deadly serious times that we're living in. Okay? You don't want to be one of those people that are at ease, that are at rest, chilling, relaxing, you know, worried about a damn football game. You want to watch, man. Watch as well as pray. You got to be on alert. You got to be watching the signs, man. And just understand that these things are taking place, but also you got the MOTB in the news. The MOTB is here. It's here. It's not coming here. It's already here. It's already in place. They already got it developed. They just haven't rolled out the stations yet. Trust me, any little excuse, any false flag could spark the implementation of the mandatory chip. At any, It's here. It's already set up. They've already set up the currency is already set up with the digital wallet. All that stuff, they got the stores now in place, the cashless stores. They got all this stuff set up already, man. So how are we not at the end? How are we not in that last hour? How? How, man? I want to get this last part here though. And let me see. The last part here in Revelation 18, or at least down to the 20th verse, but I'm gonna go back to I'll tell you what, I'll go back to the 17th verse. It says, for in 1 hour so great riches has come to naught, and every shipmaster and all the company and ships and sailors and as many as trade by sea stood afar off and cried when they saw the smoke of her burning, saying, what city is like unto this great city? And they cast dust unto their heads and cried, weeping and wailing, saying, alas, alas, that great city wherein were made rich all that had ships in the sea by reason of her costliness. For in 1 hour is she made desolate. Rejoice over her, thou heaven, and ye holy apostles and prophets, for the most high power, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, have avenged you on her. All right, this is judgment of the Lord that's coming. So we shouldn't be weeping. We shouldn't be crying like these other people are going to be doing, because you're going to have people from all nations crying and weeping because they bought into this American lifestyle. But we're going to rejoice. More talks of war. It's coming from both InfoWars and Russia Today. It says NATO is prepared to fight Russia if a direct conflict erupts between the two. Rob Bauer, the chairman of the Alliance's military committee, said on Saturday. It says in an interview with the Portuguese RTP TV, says when asked whether the U.S.-led military bloc is ready for a direct confrontation with Russia, Bauer unequivocally stated, we are. The official noted that when the hostilities broke out in Ukraine in February 2022, NATO already had a number of battle groups along its eastern flank during a summit in Madrid, which took place in June 2022. The alliance's leaders decided to create 4 more battle groups in Slovakia, Hungary, Romania, Bulgaria. That's what Bauer said. Says, I think that's an important message for the Russians, that our posture has changed to show them that we are ready if they would have an idea to come to NATO. Man. This is really gearing up, ain't it? Says he added that if there is any red line regarding relations between Moscow and the military bloc, it is the Russians crossing the line of our territory in NATO. Says Bauer went on to say that for decades, many NATO nations thought they were the ones who decide when and where to deploy their forces, but the Ukraine conflict was a game changer. Russia launched its military operation at the moment of their choosing, so we have to be much more ready. We have no time to prepare because it's up to them when they come, the official stated. So let me get this part right here in the article. It says Russia views NATO forces deployed near its border as a threat. In December of 2021, Moscow submitted draft documents on security guarantees to NATO and Washington, demanding that Ukraine be barred from entering the alliance. and insisting that the bloc should retreat to the border as they stood in 1997. This overture was rebuffed. On Wednesday, U.S. National Security Council spokesman John Kirby said that Washington has so far seen absolutely no indication that Moscow has designs to attack the bloc's territory. Oh, don't worry. It's getting stirred up. It's getting stirred up. And, you can see things are getting heated, things are getting nasty. And it's going according to the Lord's plans. It's going according to the Lord's plans. So I'm going to go ahead and grab this scripture right quick. This is Isaiah 24:17. It says, "Fear and the pit and the snare are upon thee, O inhabitant of the earth. And it shall come to pass that he who fleeth from the noise of the fear shall fall into the pit, and he that cometh up out of the midst of the pit shall be taken in the snare. For the windows from on high are open, and the foundations of the earth do shake. The earth is utterly broken down, the earth is clean dissolved, the earth is moved exceedingly, the earth shall reel to and fro like a drunkard, rocking back and forth." And I bring this out all the time, because that's what's going to happen. That's what's coming to pass. And what I was talking about in Ezekiel 38, these people are at rest. These people are at ease, man. But they gonna be, the earth is gonna be rocking, shaking, man. It says the earth shall reel to and fro like a drunkard, and shall be removed like a cottage, and the transgression thereof shall be heavy upon it, and it shall fall and not rise again. And it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall punish the hosts of the high ones, right, that are on high, and these elites, man, these wicked elites, these people that are on, they're supposed to be so above everything. They think that they're God on earth. I was mad as hell at work. They got cameras everywhere. They got little stupid ass what you call it, little listening devices. And I cussed the damn listening device out, man, at work. I said, "What the fuck you sit there listening to me all damn day for?" I say the same shit I say every damn day. I just got mad, man, because you get tired of this damn devil, man. You get tired of this damn devil. You get tired of this goddamn place. I don't understand how someone could be calling themselves a man of the Lord and want this place to continue. And I see that out of certain Israelite groups. This shit pisses me off. They talk like we're going to be here another 30 damn years, man. This place can't go on, man. This place got to go. I don't know what the hell's wrong with these niggas, man. And the Spirit of the Lord is not dealing with you. Period, man. There's no way. And you might just be ignorant. You might not know no better. But there's no way in hell. No way, man. No way. Every day I pray this damn place goes down. The earth shall reel to and fro like a drunkard. Every time I read it, I feel sense of joy. And shall be removed like a cottage, and the transgression thereof shall be heavy upon it, and it shall fall and not rise again. And it shall come to pass in that day, that the Lord shall punish the hosts of the high ones that are on high, and the kings of the earth upon the earth. Good. Take these wicked mother effers down. I love to hear it, man. Said he shall punish the hosts of the high ones, these wicked elites that are on high. Sometimes you want to slap the shit out of them. You see these supposed to be, especially in D.C., you got a lot of smug ass government workers walking around. They walk around with their head up in the sky. You want to slap the shit out of them, man. Yeah, I know I'm kind of, you know, sorry, but it's just how I feel, man. I hate this damn place. I hate everything about it, man. I hate these wicked ass women, you know, their evil shit that they do. Um, these niggas and their stupidity, walk around with nothing on their damn brain at all. Big grown ass, sensitive ass men, pussyfied, sensitive. And by the way, they can't stand a real man, especially a man of the Lord. They can't stand you. It bothers them, because it's a different energy, a different spirit, different mindset. And they know when you're a man of the Lord, they can feel it. Them demons start to act up in them. But he said he's going to take down the high ones, the kings of the earth, and they shall be gathered together as prisoners are gathered in the pit, and shall be shut up in the prison, and after many days shall they be visited. All right. So, anyways, war is getting stirred up, man. It's getting really, really, like I said, it's getting hot in here. Like, yeah, it's beyond hot. It's at a fever pitch, boiling point. Right now, we're at a boiling point, man. And what are these wicked niggas gonna do in that day? What they gonna hold on to? Their Air Jordans, their Jordans, their Balenciagas. All that shit that they overpaid for. What you gonna do? What you gonna do then? You gonna call on Balenciaga to save you, or whatever stupid ass new fashion brand, satanic, demonic ass fashion brand that you're into this new year? You gonna call on that to save you? Jordan gonna be in a bunker, or he gonna try to be in a bunker. Michael Jordan gonna be in a bunker. You gonna have his shoes, but that nigga gonna be in a bunker. He don't even wear his own damn shoes. That nigga be fashioned out. You stupid niggas. 2/3 of our people got to be destroyed, man, and you got to come back on the other side so you can be in your right mind and serve the Lord in righteousness. All right, Shalom is Brother Zakaria from the Israelite Times Report, IsraeliteTimes.com. All praises are definitely due to Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua. Peace and blessings to all the brothers spread across the four corners of the earth, pushing his truth and sincerity, those that truly believe. And if you truly believe, then you know we are almost up out of here. I want to get some of this news and prophecy. Cashless society, big banks prepare to launch digital wallet to compete with Apple Pay and PayPal. That's one of the news stories. This is coming from Zero Hedge. It says major U.S. banks, including Wells Fargo, Bank of America, J.P. Morgan, and others, will push into the digital wallet space in the second half of this year to take on Apple Pay and PayPal. It says Early Warning Services LLC, also known as EWS, bank-owned company that operates the money transfer service Zelle, will be managing the new digital wallet, according to the Wall Street Journal. Now, if you remember, Zelle was involved in that situation with Bank of America. You had all of that going on, just 2 weeks ago or something like that, 3 weeks ago. It says EWS plans to offer the new digital wallet later this year and can handle up to 150 million debt and credit cards during the initial launch. Consumers in good standing with banks will be eligible for the new service. Um, so they're supposed to be taking on Apple and PayPal. So we're edging that much closer. We're getting closer and closer, man. Cashless society. Even Esau, even these low level Edomites are sounding the alarm. Okay, so they even they are recognizing that this thing is heading towards a um a cashless society, which will lead to the MOTB chip. Also in the news, alt market with Brandon Smith reports that a dollar collapse is now in motion. Saudi Arabia signals the end of petro status. Says the decline of a currency's world reserve status and often a long process rife with denials. There are numerous economic experts out there that have been dismissing any and all warnings of dollar collapse for years. They just don't get it, or they don't want to get it. The idea of the U.S. currency could ever be dethroned as a de facto global trade mechanism is impossible in their minds. One of the key pillars keeping the dollar in place is the world reserve, its petro status, and this factor is often held up as the reason why the greenback cannot fail. The other argument is that the dollar is backed by the full force of the U.S. military, and the U.S. military is backed by the U.S. Treasury and the Federal Reserve. Says, in other words, the dollar is backed by the dollar. It's a very circular and naive position. Um, so it goes in to let you know. uh, it says, I suspect the main hang up for liberty movement analysts is the notion that the globalist establishment would ever allow the dollar or the U.S. economy to fail. Isn't the dollar system their golden goose? Says the answer is no, it is not their golden goose. The dollar is just another stepping stone towards their goal of a one world economy and a one world currency. They have killed the world reserve status of other currencies in the past. Why wouldn't they do the same to the dollar? Says the globalist white papers and essays specifically outline the need for a diminished role for the U.S. currency as well as a decline in the American economy in order to make way for the central bank digital currencies, the CBDCs, and a new global currency system controlled by the IMF. So this is these are Edomites complaining. These are Edomites complaining about the system. But yet you got Jake running around thinking everything gonna remain the same. This is what I'm talking about. This is how you know we got to be the Lord's people. Sottish, stupid. My people have not known me. Just stupid. You got Edomites, low level, supposed to be low educated Edomites that understand what this is, that these are the stepping stones. Those two articles that I read are Edomites complaining about the system and knowing that it's heading towards what if the elites, the wicked so-called elites had their way, would be a one world order. With a one world government, with a one world currency. They understand these things. But yet Jake, stupid ass, is walking around with a blunt with his pants hanging off ready to go to jail at any moment over any little stupid thing. If somebody, God forbid, somebody step on his stupid ass shoes, which he overpaid for, he has no idea what the hell is going on. You know, people suffer for lack of knowledge. People are sottish. They have not known me. Jake takes pride in ignorance, man. You try to give Jake some knowledge, Jake will hate you. But they take pride in ignorance. But yet these Edomites, even though, they're gonna get destroyed, but these Edomites, they're prepping, man. They're buying up water, they're buying months, years worth of food. Because they see that something's coming, man. And we're talking about in these rural, supposed to be low educated, low income areas, man. They know something's coming down the pipe. They keep up with the real news. While Jake's stupid ass is out there rioting for what's this guy that got killed by those cops in Memphis. And notice you're not even hearing me talk about it. Just notice that. Because it's all a distraction. It's a distraction from what's really going on. Things are getting stirred up over there in the Middle East. Gog and Magog is getting stirred up with this situation with Ukraine. Okay, things are really popping off, man. You got these elites openly telling you that they're trying to monitor your health by implanting you with a chip. And what is Jake doing? Rolling up a blunt, getting in fights over somebody stepping on their damn tennis shoes. That's why 2/3 of our people got to be destroyed, right along with Esau and all the other nations that cleave onto Babylon. They got to get destroyed right along with them. All right, so this is just another example of why this place has to be destroyed, and Esau's wickedness, and why America is just as evil and satanic and demonic as any place that has ever existed before. From Information Liberation, Chris Minahan, I think his name is Minahan, says a golden demon statue placed atop New York courthouse to honor Ruth Bader Ginsburg and abortion. Again, a golden demon statue placed atop New York courthouse to honor Ruth Bader Ginsburg and abortion. Says a new statue atop New York City courthouse. The artist says is part of an urgent and necessary cultural reckoning underway as New York reconsiders traditional representation of power in public spaces, recast civic structures to better reflect 21st century social. The statue named Now is a female figure emerging from a pink lotus. They are always into their symbolism. It says it has braids shaped as horns with a judicial lace apron. It is meant to pay homage to Ruth Bader Ginsburg and her fight for abortion. Now, this is some demonic stuff here. I'll try not to curse. Demonic is all hell and celebrating abortion. They're celebrating her fight for abortion rights, which abortion is nothing but sacrifice to Moloch and Baal, which that practice has continued since the ancient world. They never gave that up. They never gave up that practice. That's still going on. As a matter of fact, the Church of Satan has actually admitted to that. It was I believe it was the Satanic Temple, it may have been. I think actually, yeah, it was a satanic temple. They admitted, said that, which we already knew this anyway, but they came on out and publicly stated that abortion rights is a part of their ritual. Aborting babies, that's a part of their religious practice. All right. But I want to get Isaiah 47, and I'm gonna start at 12. It says, "Stand now with thy enchantments, and with the multitude of thy sorceries, wherein thou hast labored from thy youth. If so be thou shalt be able to profit, if so be thou mayest prevail. Thou art wearied in the multitude of thy counsels. Let now the astrologers, the stargazers, the monthly prognosticators, prognosticators, can't even say it right, stand up and save thee from these that shall come upon thee. Behold, they shall be as a stubble," right? They're going to be as stubble. "The fire shall burn them. They shall not deliver themselves from the power of the flame. There shall not be a coal to warm at, nor fire to sit before it. Thus shall they be unto thee, with whom thou hast labored, even thy merchants from thy youth. They shall wander every one to his quarters. None shall save thee." All right. And that's what these people got coming to them. All of this witchcraft and enchantment and mocking the Lord, and this guy, Noah, um, what is it? Noah Yuval Harari, saying he don't need God, you know, basically mocking the Lord, telling them to bring the flood. All of that is gonna, all your enchantments and all of this power that you got on the left hand side, man. The Lord just set you up, man. Just to. It said He preserved you for the day of evil. Matter of fact, let me get that. Let me get that in Proverbs, um, Book of Proverbs, 16:4. It says, "The Lord hath made all things for Himself, yea, even the wicked for the day of evil." So a lot of these old bastards won't die, and they won't die off because the Lord preserved them for the day of evil. You know, yeah, he preserved them because they're going to see their judgment on this side. They're going to see their judgment. "Everyone that is proud in heart is an abomination to the Lord. Though hand join in hand, he shall not be unpunished." Um, so just understand that he's saving the wicked for the day of evil. And these devils are proud as hell, man. They mock the Lord. They make fun of even the Christian, the white conservative Christians. They even attacking them. They're telling them they're what's wrong with the world. They're what's wrong with America. They're the reason why America can't progress, because they want to do away with the Bible altogether. The New York Times did a piece, an opinion piece, back in, I believe it was 2022. It may have even been Easter of 2022, because Easter's supposed to be a Christian holiday, but it's really a paganistic holiday, celebrating fertility. But nevertheless, there was a piece, I believe it was the New York Times, where they said, "Is it time to is it time to get rid of God? Get rid of the Bible?" In other words, like it's outdated. It's time to move on. Meanwhile, prophecy is being fulfilled every day. Prophecy is being fulfilled every day. Just like Ezekiel the 38th chapter said. These people are at rest. These people think they dwell safely. They don't fear the Lord, man. They have no fear of the Lord. They have no fear of the Most High. That's why they'll put up a statue like that, a demon, a golden demon, and say that it's in honor of this Ruth Bader Ginsburg, and say that it's to honor her fight for abortion rights. You have to be a proud demon. That's the demon inside of them, but it's a proud demon to stand up against the Lord like that, knowing that that's a heavy sin, you know. But they do it because the Lord allowed them to do it. The Lord put it in them to do it. He's in control of all of that. He controls the hearts of men, the hearts of kings. The rulers of this world, the Lord is in control of them. And that's just something that the Lord set up for a period of time. And again, what do I always say? These people have it in their hearts, that in their inward thoughts, that their houses shall continue forever. They believe that this thing will keep going on. That's why your family think you're crazy. That's why your neighbors, your so-called friends, your associates, they look at you like you are crazy, because you talking about the judgment of the Lord and waiting on the Lord to deal with this place and deliver you out of here. And they looking like, what are you talking about? They looking at you like you crazy. You talking about chariots delivering you? UFOs? That sound crazy to them, right? Well, these people have no idea, man. They have no idea. These people are they're gonna get caught off guard. They're not ready. Okay, they have no idea. And they will be judged by the Lord. I'm gonna get Ecclesiastes 10:6. It says, folly is set in great dignity, and the rich sit in low place. You gotta understand that that which was is now. That which is going to be has already been. So these souls that are coming back in disbelief, a lot of those people didn't believe in the ancient world. They didn't believe Noah. They thought he was crazy. They mocked him. They didn't believe Yahweh Shai. They mocked him, called him Beelzebub. They bowed down to these different strange gods, which the Lord commanded them not to. Okay. And they continue on, because those are those same spirits here today, and they're doing the same thing that they did back then. All right. And what's a damn shame, really, to be honest with you, is so-called Jake. These Israelites are siding with the devil. Even when you talk to them, I remember when and I'm not going to carry on, but I remember when the abortion thing went down in 2022. I was at work when the Supreme Court overturned the Roe versus Wade thing, and these 3 Israelite women, all of them were Judites, I believe. They were all black. They were talking amongst themselves, and I was getting ready to walk out the door, and I heard them say, they done effed up. They done effed up. They were mad as hell that that abortion thing went down, that it got overturned. They thought they couldn't have no more abortions. So what does that tell you? that tells you that they plan on sleeping around, and when they get pregnant, they plan on killing the baby. This is the world we live in, and you want this place to continue like this? Man, scripture tell you, man, and except those days be shortened, no flesh will be saved. The Lord isn't going to let this place continue on like this. Their sins have reached into heaven. Their iniquities have reached into the heavens. This place has got to go.